Welcome back to the chat room. We are talking about social networking and web design, or websites anyway. And with us we have Andy. Thanks for joining us, Andy. And you are with Linquist?
Liquist Design.
Liquist Design, as well as Charlotte. And you are with Media Push.
Yes.
Okay, ladies, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
I've been excited about learning some of these new techniques online. I'm familiar with Facebook, MySpace a little bit. My daughter does MySpace. However, there's so many other things out there right now. It seems like every week there's something new. So what's out there right now? What is there?
Well, the big thing that a lot of people are talking about right now is Twitter. And that's basically like a micro blog. You have 140 characters to be able to get out your message. And basically it's a great way to communicate with people that you're interested in, that you would like to follow. You can engage in conversations with them, talk about things that are going on in either maybe your business, your world, your hobbies, etc. And you can share and exchange information. Maybe you see a great website or video or something like that, you can share it on there. You can retweet what other people are saying. And it's kind of a great way to, I don't know, look at it as maybe like a virtual office water cooler situation where you're just kind of talking with different people that you find
the social gossip?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Twitter's really big right now. Another one is LinkedIn, especially if you're looking for a new job or you're looking to reconnect or network with people. It's a very professional site. You can put your job specifications on there, experience, that kind of stuff, and then network and get to know other people, refer yourself, get testimonials, that kind of stuff.
So LinkedIn almost reminds me of more of a professional Facebook. Like Facebook seems like it's personal, it's more of your personal information, your photos of your family, what's going on in your life, and then LinkedIn is more of the professional aspect.
Right.
And it would seem to me that it would be very important to keep those two separate.
Yes, I
You don't want
definitely
your
think
professionals
so.
on your Facebook
Exactly.
page.
I always like to say if you don't want your boss or your grandmother to see it, then you probably shouldn't put it on Facebook.
Right.
And for LinkedIn, you should definitely keep it very professional. If you're looking for a job, then you definitely want to keep up that image of this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want to do. So.
And do you post your resume on LinkedIn as well? Can you do that?
Yes, you can. Yeah. And if you're, you know, being very ambitious, you could even build a website and put your information on there. So maybe people can learn even more and connect to your different social media outlets.
Right. And your website really is your point of reference for all of your social media tactics. And if you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on LinkedIn, everyone is going to be drive to your website. And so you want your website to really represent you well and your brand really well.
So can you link your website to all of those other medias that you just talked about?
Right.
You can.
And the goal really is to drive people to your website to learn more about you through, you know, some social kind of interactions as well as business interactions on those sites.
So what's new in websites right now? It seems like right now with the economy, we're all trying to think outside of the box a little bit, define ourselves in a different way, create a brand. What's new in that area?
That is just right. It's creating a brand. And the new thing with websites is Web 2.0, which is a more interactive web where you have a blog on your website. Charlotte's website, themediapush.com. She has a blog also where she talks about, you know, her business pretty much, and it's just a great way to kind of make yourself the authority on any subject. You're the expert, you know.
Whatever your business is.
Exactly.
So you said Web 2.0, and I see that all over the internet. What does that mean?
It's just more of an interactive sort of.
It looks like we have a little picture of this right now. So this is Web 2.0.
Yep, this is Charlotte's blog, and basically it's you give information, whatever you're the expert on, and then you give people a chance to comment on your information. So that's pretty much what it is, just a more social media.
And it's an easy way to update your information too. When you have a blog on your website, there's many things that are going to be consistent on the website, like your contact information, where you're at, information about your products or services if you're selling something. And then the blog is kind of a way to either comment on the local industry or things that are happening in the news or new things that are happening with your customers or your products, that kind of stuff. And then people can be interactive. They don't necessarily just go to your website, find out who you are and decide if they want to purchase something, but they can go to the blog and interact and say, you know, I have questions about this, or I needed more information about this. So the blog is very interactive.
Right.
And you can connect that also to your Facebook pages. You can connect that to your Twitter. You can even put that on your LinkedIn also. So there's numerous ways where people can sit there and interact with you. And that's a great thing, like I was talking about with Twitter, and we just saw the screenshot with that, is if I just started a new blog post and I finish it, I will put up a mention on my Twitter just saying, I just finished this blog post, let me know what you think, or did you know, and link people to my blog.
So do you have to link the people for people to make comments on that, or can anyone
Anybody
see that?
can comment.
Anyone can comment on that. So how do you find people in your industry? How do you find your target group in your industry via these social networks?
Well, that's a bit of a time-consuming aspect of it, but it's the best way, I personally think, to actually get out there and reach your target audience. Because when you're on Facebook or you're on Twitter, let's say your business is wine, you're going to want to start friending people who are in the wine business, who are wine connoisseurs.
Sommeliers.
Yeah,
right.
that kind of stuff. Be friends with people who have wineries or wine cellars, etc. And then start conversations with them. Start engaging in what they're doing. Let's say on Twitter, if they're talking about an event that's happening where there's a wine tasting, then you want to let your followers know that this wine tasting is happening. So you become kind of an expert. People get to learn more about what you're doing. And then that way, when you start interacting after a while, more people will start following you. You'll find that you're getting more friends on Facebook, etc. And then it's exactly the people that you want to reach out to.
It seems like a much easier way to reach the masses, as opposed to being out there physically networking.
And it's a personal way to reach them. It's not like you're doing telemarketing, or you're not going door to door, you're not doing flyers. It's social, it's personal, and people tend to work with people that they feel like they know. And believe it or not, you feel like you know people, even if you just have an online relationship with them.
Right.
So
that makes me think too, though. I wonder what's going to happen with society and the fact that so many people are working on their computers independently. And while you are socializing, we're human creatures, and we like social interaction, and you're not getting that social interaction.
Well, one of the really cool things about social media is I'm actually doing some workshops with a gal that I met and built a relationship with through Twitter.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
she's a graphic designer. She and I started talking to each other on Twitter and discovered that we were thinking the same thing about, a lot of people were confused about social media. They didn't know exactly what to do next. And so we decided to put together these workshops. And I had never met her, but I could tell by the conversations we had with each other that she was somebody who was legit. She knew what she was talking about. We got together, met in person, and then we've been doing business together. So even though you are conversating online, I think many times that helps build that credibility when you actually meet the person in person. So.
That's true. And you mentioned that it is time-consuming in terms of putting everything out there and almost nurturing these social networks, really. It reminds me almost of getting a new puppy. You don't just get a new puppy and let it go. You have to nurture it. You have to be there. You have to do it. Be a part of it. So thank you, ladies, so much. You've clarified a lot of information for me, and I hope for a lot of you out there. You are very knowledgeable. Thank you.